All right, now we're jumping into one of my favorite segments, the what if segment. And this is one I always thought about as a kid. What if Sting joined the NWO? Now, all right, we got to head to 1996, jump in the Wayback Machine. Imagine this. What if it wasn't Hogan? What if they went with the original plan of Sting joining NWO? What changes? Who legacy dies? Who gets a bigger legacy? This is something I've always imagined. We gotta get into this. July 7th, 1996, Bash at the Beach. History was just about to be made, but in this universe, the red and yellow never walked down the aisle. In this twisted timeline of my creation, it wasn't Hulk Hogan dropping the leg, it was Sting. So let's flip the script. The Hulkster brother never turned heel. Instead, it was Sting. He walks out as the third man. The crowd is expecting salvation, but what they get is betrayal. In neon tights and white face paint, he slides into the ring, eyes cold. Bat left backstage. Scorpion death drop to Macho Man Randy Savage. And just like that, WCW dies a little inside. But where it gets good, Sting doesn't cut the typical heel promo the next night. No, no, no. No fake boos, no cheap heat, no shit like that. Instead, he comes out, eyes full of fury, and he says, "For years, I was WCW. When Ric Flair left in 92, I stayed. I carried this company, I bled for this company. But I was never him, never Flair, never Hogan. Just a mascot with face paint. And when Hall and Nash showed up, even Lex, my best friend, looked at me like I was the enemy. You all turned your backs on me. So finally, the first time in my career, I'm going to show you who I am." That's not just a promo, that's a testimony. He doesn't become Hollywood Sting, brother. He becomes something darker, more dangerous. Crow Sting is born early, but by this time, it's not sadness or silence that fuels him, it's rage. A quiet, calculating vengeance. The white face paint is now laced with black crack like the man who's been carrying WCW sins for way too long. The bat sprayed with NWO letters. He doesn't hide in the Raptors, he hunts in them.
And the beautiful part about this, it gets deeper. Sting's first target isn't just the WCW roster, it's Lex Luger. They sell the emotional part. Lex, we could have ruled the world. We could have ruled this place together, but you never believed in me. Now is torn. He tries to get through to Sting, maybe even pretends to join the NWO just to talk him down. But Sting isn't having it. Fall Brawl 1996, Sting versus Luger. Sting beats him senseless. Cold, surgical, no remorse. He walks away without celebration. WCW Golden Boy has now become a ghost. And here's where DDP comes in. The everyman, the people's champion. He isn't flashy, he isn't political, he just wants to fight for what is right. He steps to Sting like, "I believed in you when nobody else did, and this is what you became." The feud becomes the emotional core of WCW versus the NWO. The Diamond Cutter versus the Death Drop. Blue Collar Heart versus War Paint Hate. And what about Hogan, you say? Well, he watches from the sidelines. He's a babyface now. He tries to be the hero again, but this time nobody's sure that they want him back. This redemption arc writes itself. The timeline is richer, it's layered, it's Shakespeare in a cage. Sting becomes wrestling's greatest anti-hero. Lex becomes WCW tragic emotional spine. DDP is the soul. Hogan is a fallen angel trying to earn his wings back. And the NWO, they just don't invade, they infect. All because Sting decided to stop being the face of WCW and chose to be its reckoning. And maybe, just maybe, that version of Sting was the real one all along.